Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is expected to follow its predecessors into history by breaking box office hits all year. That makes it one of the biggest bounties for pirates hoping to plunder profits for themselves.
In my life, I've seen things that are truly horrific. Now I know you'll see worse.
I mean, you're from a generation where downloading is very commonplace. How do you feel about piracy at the moment?
Don't pirate the film, cheapos. Go and see it, OK? What people are getting when they get a pirate DVD is a watered-down version of the film. You're not actually seeing the film. You're seeing something that's horrible and anodyne and destroyed by you know, people going out and go to the loo or spitting popcorn over you or whatever. And so yeah, that's the thing that frustrates me, is that people aren't going to get a true impression of the work that's gone into one of these films if you buy a pirate DVD of it. So don't.
That's Romilda Vane. Apparently she's trying to smuggle you a love potion.
Really?
Hey, she's only interested in you because she thinks you're the chosen one.
But I am the chosen one. Okay, sorry.
Oh, God, it really irritates me when my friends do it. I get really cross, basically. I don't know, I think it's hard. I think it's become so easily accessible that there's such a big temptation there, I guess. But it just really shocks me that people don't realise that it really is kind of stealing.
You have no choice. You must not fail.
Harry Potter itself, I don't know the exact numbers, but definitely DVD sales have been affected by it. We've been lucky that the film hasn't gotten out there early before the film's been released on the big screen, as it were, in theatres. But most certainly DVD sales have been affected by it. And for us, it's a terrible thing. You're not just taking money away from the studio, but you're affecting the budgets and the amount of money they can put into the subsequent films, which is affecting the drivers, the caterers, the cameramen, the electricians, all across the board. Not to mention people in other areas, like people in movie theatres, people in all the ancillary aspects of the industry. So, you know, it's a huge issue, and it's something that I think all the studios are, take very seriously and are trying to address in as firm a way as possible. And I think that's right.
As part of CNN's parent company Time Warner, Warner Brothers was the first Hollywood studio to establish an anti-piracy unit, a strategy subsequently taken up by most of its rival studios, and an area in which the rivals can become allies.
You're just a freak. Like me.
Certainly the first weekend, box office weekend and first week are very important. You hold your breath a little bit, but what we do for every title that we release is look at what we call the threat profile. We craft a unique campaign, security and content protection campaign around each particular title. And so we've done that for Harry Potter.
Of course, Warner Brothers is not alone in falling prey to the bounty hunters, as Sony Columbia discovered with their sequel to the horror film Hostel.
Piracy's sickening. It's interesting how 2 years ago, when Hostel 2, and there were millions of copies of it being downloaded off the internet that were tracked, and it was being sold on the street for a quarter 2 weeks before it opened, and a lot of money was lost. People made fun of me and said I was whining, and then suddenly, I said everyone should take this seriously because it's going to happen to you too, and then it happened to Wolverine.
An incomplete version of the Fox Studios film X-Men Origins Wolverine was leaked onto the internet in April without music and many of its special effects.
What people were waiting for, and what I was waiting for, was to see what the response was, in particular from the online community, because this is what people weren't sure whether they supported it or not, and almost uniformly, almost 100% of the online sites came on board, condemned the action. They wouldn't talk about it. If anyone had watched it, they just blanketed it out. And this was a watershed moment, I think, for the entertainment industry. There was this feeling of solidarity.
Logan isn't the only piece of this puzzle.
But while some preached solidarity, many others ignored the call, and the leaked version of the film was downloaded more than 4 million times.
We all got a choice, son. Mine got taken.
I think it means a hit in the box office, which is too bad, because if it's too much of a hit, more will not be made, and then nobody can download it. So that's one. Two, it's stealing, which is wrong. And three, so many people worked really, really hard on this movie, and their work deserves to be seen in a big screen, and they want to do it again. So it's bad.
We can't just let you walk away.
It's difficult to assess how much impact the leak had on box office takings. The film had the biggest opening of the year at the time, grossed more than $360 million in 10 weeks in the face of competition from Star Trek, Terminator and Transformers, but it's the more lucrative area of DVD sales where the effects may ultimately be discovered. Sony went to great lengths to try to prevent its Spider-Man franchise from being pirated, but DVDs still turned up on the bootleggers' stands.
All the pictures I've made have been pirated, but it's slowly eroding the ability to make certain types of pictures, and it's basically not fair to the people that have worked so hard on those films when somebody takes an early version of it and shows it. Well, hundreds of people have spent their life making this great, and to grab an early version of it and show it on the internet is just doing a disservice to all of the craftsmen, hundreds of people and the hundreds of days they spent on this thing. And it's very disrespectful, and it's illegal, and it's stealing.
The problem is, with the movie business, people see this. People see me in a tuxedo on the red carpet, so they're going to go, what's he complaining for? But the truth is, it doesn't just affect the people on the red carpet, it affects everyone in the industry. It affects the carpenters, it affects the lighting people. And the more people download movies and steal them, don't pay for them, the more it's going to hurt everyone.
While file sharing is becoming the biggest source of piracy in North America and Western Europe, there are many parts of the world where bootlegging, the trade in DVD hard copies, remains the main market for pirated DVDs.
Often, those selling illegal discs or pirated copies will package a title and call it, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, but in fact it may be the first version of Harry Potter, and one doesn't know that until they get home, and we're okay with that.
These 3D glasses may not be as stylish as Harry Potter's spectacles, but they're just one of the strategies being used by the film industry to block out piracy. We'll show you more after the break.